Hey, so this is my fifth infusion, and I'm mainly going to talk about something that Gib read in class, the orbiting the giant hairball. I thought this was really, really interesting and actually hit home pretty well for me. So I have done art all my life. My mom's really creative. My sister's a graphics design major. I don't pursue art in college mainly because I was told if you pursue art, then you're not going to get a job. So I also liked computers, so that's why I'm an IS major. But I still want to kind of incorporate my artistic abilities into my work. That's why I'm going for a web development minor. But anyway, so when I was younger, I remember me and a bunch of friends would always look forward to art class just because it was kind of a way to get away from all the learning and just kid around, draw, do things. It was a lot of fun. But then as I grew older, I noticed that I still had the excitement going to art class, but my friends didn't. They would be really discouraged. They would see, oh, my paintings aren't good, or oh, my drawings aren't good enough, so I don't like this. I'm not good at it. I don't like it. So when I told people I could draw, or they saw I could draw, I was considered unique, and they always were like, oh my gosh, I really wish I could draw or do art, when in reality, they could. It's inside of them. You just have to practice. And I really believe that. Anyone can be a gifted artist as long as they practice and make sure you see exactly what you see. So that's what my art teacher, Mrs. McLeod in high school, would always say. Mrs. McLeod was this spunky redhead teacher. She was awesome. She was like 4'10", always wore crazy clothes. She was an awesome teacher, influenced me a lot. And she always said practice makes perfect. A lot of times people aren't good artists because us as humans have a conceptual idea of what things look like. So if I want to draw a flower, I know flowers have petals, they have stems, they have a middle part, but I have a perceived perception of what the flower looks like, but it doesn't necessarily look like that. So if you want to draw realistically, you have to look at a photo or take something and draw it exactly how you see it. You can't draw what you're thinking about seeing. So what Miss McLeod would always do, she would make us flip the picture that we're trying to draw upside down. We couldn't get this one section because we couldn't draw exactly what we were seeing. She'd make us flip it upside down. So our brains would be like, okay, it's just lines, when in reality it was a flower. So we would draw it upside down, and then 9 times out of 10, the upside down picture would look better because you're seeing exactly what's on the paper and not what you see in your head and what it should look like. And this is really interesting because people, I feel like, have a perceived idea on what art should be. Realistic art, which is like stuff from a picture, obviously would have to look like the picture, but anything besides that can be just your personality on campus. It could be abstract, it could be anything. So the fact that people are like, oh, I can't be an artist, or they get really down on themselves just because they can't do something correctly is kind of weird, just because it's not necessarily wrong, which I thought that orbiting the giant hairball kind of insinuated. So I don't 100% agree with what we discussed in class about how boundaries sometimes stifle kids' creativity. When I was growing up, I knew that no meant no. I got a 4.0 in high school, well, 4.2 or something ridiculous like that. I feel like I'm pretty grounded, and I'm not wild, I'm not a crazy child, and I'm still really creative. So I really think it has to do with the setting that you grow up in, and just kind of, are you willing to be that person to stay unique and stay that artist, even though most of society tends to go towards left brain thinking? Are you going to be that person in class that raises your hand saying, yes, I am an artist, and be proud with your unique ability? And are you willing to practice and improve on those skills? I really think that's what it comes down to. But thank you, and see you later.